Creepyjar, the developers behind games like Green Hell and now Starrupture, have recently released a new gameplay video for their brand new title Starrupture, which is completely different to Green Hell. This looks absolutely awesome. This is basically an open world survival combat based game. Now you will explore an alien planet next to a star called the Rupture, which every now and then decides to blow itself up and destroy everything. And your goal is to continually progress, get more and better items to survive this cataclysmic event. And in this new gameplay, it looks absolutely awesome. In this, we see the first glimpse of our hordes of aliens that are going to be continually attacking your base and trying to destroy what you've built. Now, the main goal is basically a Satisfactory-esque factory, which is going to harvest materials from the planet, and you'll learn more about aliens and the ancient structures and why things are happening as and when they are. So it sounds pretty damn cool. So it's basically a mix of 7 Days to Die, sort of wave-based fighting, and a Satisfactory where you're crafting, building all sorts of weird and wonderful things to progress your journey and get better weapons and gear to survive the cataclysmic event. Alongside that, exploring the planet and finding out what happened, where you are, and why things are going down the way they are. Now, the new gameplay looks good and focuses mainly on the combat aspect of things, which, coming from Green Hell, I wasn't too sure how they'd handle a sort of more FPS-esque fighter game. Green Hell, absolutely phenomenal. One of the best horror survival games out there. Not so much horror, but it's definitely creepy. There's some creepy stuff in there. It's more very detailed, in-depth survival, which I love. Brilliant. And Green Hell is one of my all-time favourite games. So I was very curious about how they were going to handle the firearms, the more fast-paced combat in this, as opposed to the slow-paced, methodical combat you more have to do in Green Hell. And judging by this first gameplay video, they've handled it pretty damn good. Looks really cool. Only thing that I'm a little bit off with is the amount of recoil you're getting from that rifle. Doesn't look very good. It seems kind of slow, clunky. I'm assuming when you're aiming down the sights, that's going to be a hell of a lot more of a kick. Throw you around a little bit more. But other than that, I think it looks really, really cool. Aliens look beefy. There's a really, really nice, vast array of them as well. Considering this is our first glimpse at those aliens properly, getting to see them as they are, pretty damn cool. Looks a little bit different. And then obviously seeing all of the factory, how things have come together. What these things are building, don't yet know. I'm assuming these are going to be generating power. You've got the tram lines as well going around. And those tram lines are basically going to be getting resources from across the planet to continually improve and upgrade your whole production facility. Now, alongside the gameplay reveal, which they first announced a few little bits, I think it was at Gamescom, but I'm not 100% sure. And then they've posted loads of stuff on their page recently, and we'll go over a few little bits of that in a second. But this was a letter that they posted on Steam earlier on today. The trailer, you're going to see an early glimpse of some combat and defense mechanics. You'll also see the scale of some of the dangers you will encounter in Starrupture, such as the deadly waves of monster enemies and the Starrupture explosion, which scorches the planet's land with a deadly wave of fire and a blast of maybe quite important meteorites. Now, that is what I'm assuming is going to be handling the progression. Those meteorites are going to have certain aspects and materials in them that we're going to need to survive the next waves of the Rapture explosion. Not 100% sure on that, but I do think that's how they're going to handle the progression side of things. You'll probably get some form of skill as well, but rather than just exploring the planet and finding everything, you're going to have to go through a few of the cataclysmic events to gain better resources from whatever that star throws onto the planet that you're on. Seems pretty damn cool. I like the way that's going to work. So you can't massively level up really, really quickly. You do have to wait and go through a sort of wave-based mechanic to get those better resources, to craft the better weapons, the better facilities, and the better productions. And they also posted some stuff all over their Twitter, such as this little clip here. You set foot on a strange alien planet, do you eat the plants? So obviously we're going to find our sustenance in the form of the plants that we come across on the planet. It doesn't look like we're going to drop in with a whole host of bits and bobs and then that'll pretty much sustain us and we set up farming from that. Looks like we're going to be starting almost from scratch. And that cataclysmic event is going to be wiping out everything each time. So they posted this. There'll be chances to catch your breath, to plan, to take in the scenery, but it won't last long. So they've already said in a previous sort of devlog that they did that when this star erupts, it can completely destroy the landscape and pretty much rehash the map in certain ways and add or uncover various items that weren't there beforehand. So that sounds pretty damn cool, and I'm excited to see how they go with that. Will that be procedural or will it be something that's handcrafted? And as we progress through, we'll build bigger and better facilities that will help to craft various aspects that we're going to need to survive the explosion and the hordes of aliens coming at us. So at the start of the game though, we're going to have to farm the old-fashioned way. As you can see here with whatever the hell this weird drill laser tool is, looks pretty damn cool. I'm excited to figure out what we do with that. Will it be chopping stuff up, or will it act as just like a sort of scanner? You shoot it at the thing for a little bit and then it absorbs stuff. But looks quite cool nonetheless. Looks like a really cool weapon. Whether it can be used as a weapon, I don't know, but I hope so. Now what we do see when the explosion comes off, a little bit strange. I'm not 100% sure if there's going to be some form of timer. Now there is a way that you basically survive. You build like a bunker or a hab that can survive the explosion. And as you can see in the clip there, when the planet goes bang, well, the star goes bang, sorry, you overheat and die. I don't know if there's going to be a certain timer or whether we're going to have to just keep an eye on this star and figure out how long we've got before we need to get back to base. Whether there's going to be waves coming at us just because the star is about to explode, or whether that's something that happens periodically or just randomly as you start to progress through and build better production facilities. Because there's a lot of aliens coming at you. Now, is that because of the planet or not? We'll have to wait and see how that works and how the two tie in together. Because I do think there is a way that they're going to be tying in something to do with the star bringing the aliens towards you. I don't know. Not 100% sure, but I'd like to know how that works. Now, despite getting some really good new gameplay footage, we still don't have a release date, or at least a release window for the game. I'm assuming, hopefully 2025, we'll have to wait and see. CreepyJar will probably let us know a little bit more. They're very active with their community. They post a lot of updates for Green Hell, and they're very detailed about the updates for Green Hell as well. I've covered a lot of those here on the channel. I've not been keeping up to date with it much recently. We've been covering lots of other random bits and bobs. And they've done VR, all sorts of cool stuff. Absolutely amazing what they've done with Green Hell. So I'm hoping we see something very similar with starrupture. What do you guys think though? Are you excited about something like this from CreepyJar? Let me know in the comments down below what's appealing to you. What are you most looking forward to about the game? And are you still playing Green Hell? I dip on from time to time just because it's a classic. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. For now though, thanks for watching. I've been Wide, you've been awesome, and we'll see you in the next one.